Hello everyone. It's me, Chaff Commander Coffee, and it's another tips and thoughts for day 4. Yeah, day 4 of the release week of Humankind. Um, we've been getting a lot more people in the stream. We were almost up to 30 at one point. Very good. Very good. Love to see it. Hoping everybody's enjoying the Humankind content because you're gonna get more of it. What are my thoughts for today? Well, we had a couple of runs actually. We had a couple of runs. This is not one of them. I'm loading this up so I can just show off a particular thing I noticed, which I didn't realize. But I guess it just kind of blanked me for a while. But well, let's start with the tip, shall we? So as always, I play on the Humankind difficulty, and I got so used to one simple fact, and that is on the Humankind difficulty. I can actually show it off here. On the Humankind difficulty, we've got our enemies over here. Yeah, you see these guys. They've got +2 strength, +2 combat strength from Humankind. We're actually probably going to get smashed here on turn 1, but you guys can see that. +2 combat strength from Humankind, right? However, if I go take a look at these independents over here, take a look at some independent chariots, they don't have it. Independent units, so I knew that wild animals didn't have it, which makes sense to me because otherwise it would make the Neolithic era just crazy difficult because you just wouldn't be able to hunt anything, right? I mean, it wouldn't make it crazy difficult, but like all the wild animals would be super aggressive. Well, like yeah, you just wouldn't like a tribe wouldn't be able to kill a deer 1v1, which is really stupid. So yeah, but it turns out independent units, like these guys, they don't actually get the +2 strength either. So what this has led to me, it's led to me changing how I do early expansion. So my tip for the day is if you make an army, like it doesn't have to be a very big one in the ancient era, just like 4 units, like couple warriors, couple archers. Or you know, a couple of spearmen. Spearmen particularly good against the tribes because they, if you do go up against chariots, they will absolutely smash them. So if you start the game and you tech straight for bronze working, you get a couple of spearmen out if you have copper, a couple of archers. If you don't have copper, you can skip bronze working, just go 2 archers, 2 warriors. You can I think it's about turn like 30, 40, so between there on Humankind difficulty that independent peoples will begin to appear on the map, as you can see with this city here. Now, if a city's got 0 pop in it, it means that it doesn't have any levees to protect it, so you can actually, if you're lucky, snipe an independent city. If there's no units in it, I deliberately attacked this one when there were dudes sitting in the tile, so I could show off the combat strength there. But if it's got no population, then it doesn't have any levees to protect it, which means you just walk in. So like Sus here has 1 population. So it would have 1 levy protecting it, so you couldn't take it instantly. But Knockdown here didn't have any, so if there wasn't any units sitting in this tile, you could just take it instantly. And that saves you a lot of influence. Like if I was to set up my second city, it's 160 influence you save yourself by not doing that. Now you could set up your second city and then take a Barb city, but it just means when you take a Barb city, you can attach more outposts to it. Yeah. So I think, based on that, one of the fastest ways to expand on Humankind difficulty is to let the independents appear and just murder them. It's good for your militarist stars. It's good for your expansion, of course. So yeah, killing the independents is absolutely like a #1 priority. You want to be doing that in the ancient era. You can leave some alive, because if you go well over your city cap, going 1 over your city cap is fine. It only costs you like 10 influence a turn, so that's a-okay. Going 2 over, it's going to cost you like 100 plus influence, so not good. 1 over is fine though. So you can, there are no techs that increase your city cap in the ancient era, so you can go up to 3 cities. And then you might get the civic. I think it's one of these civics here, which is government. Like, how do you do your like local government? And you can choose small councils. That gives you an extra city cap. I recommend that, especially for the early game, because more cities is more production queues. You can get more buildings more tiles exploited, more resources with more cities. So yeah, if you can do that, that's good. What thoughts do I have of today? Well, we were going to play a archipelago style map, but my PC had a bit of a technical issue and it crashed. And by the time I loaded back up, I'd already been streaming for like almost 6 hours, and I had autosaves turned off, so I didn't have a save to load up. So I thought, I'll just do it tomorrow. It's fine. So that was a bit annoying, but we were going to do an archipelago map. It looked okay. I was playing with about 50% land, but honestly, I think you want less than that. You want to go about 30%, I think. I was playing 4 continents with a huge map, 4 continents with 50% land, and the continents were pretty big. So yeah, I think I'd go 30% land. That's probably what I'd do for tomorrow. We also played another game that was just a 3 to 5 continents with New World, huge map, maximum AI, and I actually got locked out of the game in that one due to a bug. It is a bug that the Amplitude Studios is aware of, as far as I know. Basically, when you found your religion, right, there's only so many. There's 8 tenants here, right, which is fine. There's only 6 here. So the idea is that some religions just die out as other civs adopt them. Unfortunately, all the AI managed to pick up all 6 of these tenets, right? So 6 religions managed to get to level 2, and my religion also managed to make it to level 2, but there were no tenets to pick, so I couldn't actually end the turn, which is very annoying. And I couldn't convert religion either because I was in a very unique state where all of my territories followed my religion because it's on a huge map, so there's more space. This does lead back to actually one of my previous videos where I said don't focus on religion. I want to amend that somewhat by saying the more space between you and the AI, the more relevant it is to have your own religion, your own faith, because it takes a lot longer to spread. But if you're in a very cramped, like packed map, I wouldn't bother building holy sites. Just convert to someone else's. Yeah. But yeah, you can see here, follow a repartition. All the people of your empire believe in Mycenaean polytheism. So that it basically in my save file it says that all of my people follow my religion, so I couldn't convert to another one. Which is obviously awkward because I couldn't pick a tenet, but I also couldn't switch religion, so it kind of just broke. But that is something I believe Amplitude is aware of, so I think that they'll patch that at some point. It won't happen very regularly in games. I think it's a case of, if you're playing with 10 competitors, I mean, a couple of the AI don't even really bother with religion, so it's only ever like 8 religions competing, and you would expect a couple to die out by people picking, choosing to convert. But I was in a unique position where I'd managed to beat up one of the other AIs, so their religion became redundant, and we converted their land. I shot up to be able to pick the second tenet, but there were none left. So, and on a huge map, it needs 75 followers, so it's not something you can just like rush you can't just like rush your population up to get to the second tenet. And the thing is, you could get locked out of the third tenet because the third tenet's also got this, or the fourth tenet, which is only 4 options. So it's a very awkward situation. I hope that they make it so that you can switch religions freely, or if they just add more tenets, you just add one more tenet here and here, add another tenet like on these 2 levels, and then just add 4 new tenets at the end. Because currently they have a science, a stability, a cash, and a combat one. On most of the others, they also have like there's food here, food industry. There's 2 sort of pseudo combat ones. There's an influence one. So it would be cool if they just added like an influence one, a food one, another combat one, and an industry one all at the end here. It wouldn't be that difficult to do. And honestly, when the mod kit comes out, people are going to come up with mods like that, which are going to expand the amount of tenants you can pick quite drastically, I imagine. Yeah. So that's my thoughts of the day. I just wanted to go over the little religion thing and map gen and that sort of deal. I will be doing I guess a tier list soon. I think next week I'm gonna start off with doing a ancient era tier list with some videos to go alongside it, as well as like a little strat guide, I guess, for playing each civ in the ancient era, because I think it'd be very important to do that. Identifying maps, things that would be good for them. So I'll make a playlist for my tier list and then a few strat guides for how to play each culture, or like, not like how to play, but recommended like things that you should be trying to do with each culture. When is it a good time to pick them? That sort of thing. Yeah. So that'll probably be one of my first series that I'll do next week, on top of a complete review of the game I'll do sometime this weekend, um, and it's gonna be a fair review. I know I recommend the game a lot, but I'm gonna talk about the issues I've had with UI at times, some things not being as clear as they could be or as obvious as they should be, some of the bugs I've had, some bugs that I know that Amplitude is aware of and they are working on. So it would be nice if they weren't there, but I mean, the game's totally playable from start to finish. I've only encountered one game-breaking bug, which was the religion one, so... And that happened like 100 turns into the game, so it's not like a big deal, but... well, at least to me, it's not a big deal. I know it would really annoy some people. For me, I don't really care. I'll just play another game. Like, seems good to me. But yeah, I will make stuff like that aware in the review as well. But I've got a lot of good stuff to talk about as well. But yeah, got a few more runs to go before I feel like we're there. What else was I gonna say? Oh, one thing I will show off. One thing I will show off is I will show off the bugged save file, but not because of the bug. So, yeah, my tip is about that independents don't have the +2 combat strength if you're playing on Humankind difficulty. They don't have that +2. So independents are a really good source of expansion in the Ancient and Classical. I've talked a little bit about, just some of my games that I've had recently. Now, in particular, I want to talk about combat. Now, I talk about combat a lot because I love the combat system in Humankind. But guess how many units we have killed in this save file by turn 95? By turn 95, we had a big war with one other civ. I killed a few independents. This was an independent city here. And this was an independent city here. More independents here. So I've been fighting some independents, but Byblos and Sidon were owned by Rome, right? Can you guess how many units we killed? Well, let's take a look at the military star. 91 units. 91. I have seen people's full playthroughs where they hadn't killed even half this number in a full run. So if anyone tells you that the AI doesn't fight back, or is not very good at war, or is too passive, I challenge them to go play on Humankind difficulty. Because I can tell you, we had like 3 or 4 battles around Urquez here. We had a fight with a big sieging army here. There must have been like 20 plus units there. I was sieging Byblos itself. There must have been at least a dozen units here with reinforcements coming in from the south. And then there was the siege of Sidon, where there was another at least 10 or so units there as well. I must have chopped through like 40 of Rome's units, and then not to mention the neutrals as well. And like I said, that's more. That number is like, some people won't even reach half of that in a full run. So if you like military gameplay, the AI is not going to fall over. They will not fall over. They'll put up a fight. They absolutely will. So yeah, if you need any more convincing of, are the AI actually going to fight back when I go to war with them? Yeah, they will. They will fight back. I hope you brought enough troops, buddy, because they ain't gonna go lightly on you. They do not go lightly. No, there are no pulling punches here. No half measures. It's go big or go home. Even in the ancient era warfare, you know, like 40 odd units. Early classical. Phew. It was a good war. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Um, I'm looking forward to getting more stuck in on larger maps and getting to like sort of the late game wars, where you're fighting lots of industrial era units with like off map, not off map, but outside the battlefield bombardments with artillery, aircraft. I haven't really been able to experience that yet. So I think on a larger map with more continents, we'll be able to do that. So that will be my map selection of future. Now, hopefully, I'll have something to show off from a successful save file tomorrow. I will be streaming again tomorrow, same time as usual. Link to the Twitch will be in the description. It's about midday GMT or British Standard Time. Yeah, so I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Probably playing an archipelago map, so if you want to see more naval warfare. I did notice the AI does actually like to build boats. You know, they've already started building boats over here. And this is a I think there's like 2 or 3 continents on this map that I set up. Umiad's over here. They've got some ships they're building. The AI don't tend to build ships quite so early, but they do start building them around turn 100. They do start building a fleet up. So, you know, it's obviously you want to make sure your land is secure, but yeah, we're gonna try and make an archipelago style map, so Navy's gonna be way more important. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it indeed. So guys, thank you for watching. As always, if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments, or you can hop in the Discord. There should be a link somewhere on the YouTube page. I know this is a bit longer than some of my other tips and thoughts, but I thought I'd show off the save files and that little bit of gameplay there to show off the independence. And there we go. Right. It's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Take it easy. I'll see you around. Goodbye for now.